record. And then we'll start off with the questions I mentioned to you all earlier. So we're going to kick it off with, what are your names? Where are you from? What are you building? What features and functions did you implement to your project? What are the real world applications of what you're building? And why should people vote for you?
All right. Can I start and then other people will just follow? The first thing that I think I'll just introduce myself, and the other team will introduce themselves. And then after we have done, I'm gonna explain to you what the project, what project are we building and the functions. I will be explaining that. So my name is Musa Wengosi Ndlela, and I'm the team leader of the Griffith team. So you can introduce yourself, Future.
Nice one. Thank you, Musas. I am Kamvelishe. Based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Yeah, I'm one of the members of the team Griffith. Yeah, I will nominate you, Otto. Go after me.
All right. My name is Odwa. I am a Griffith team member based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Ogushle.
Oh, well, my name is Ogushle. I'm in Cape Town. I'm from South Africa, and then I'm the member of the Griffins as well. Thank you.
All right. So I forgot one thing that I missed. I'm based in King Williamstown. So now the team, what we have developed is an application that is called the Municipality Budget Checker. So what the application does is to allow the community to see what the local municipality is spending the money to, like, let's say that service providers, if let's say that the local municipality wants to build a school, so then they can approach service providers that they want, let's say, products or service, like I'll say products, yeah. And then so we can see those transactions, the community can see those transactions. And then the other thing is that where do the local municipality get the money from? So they get the money from Treasury or the national government. So that's the basic I would say the overall what the application does is just to see every transaction that the local municipality spend to, and where do they receive the money from, the funds, where do they receive the money from. So it's allowed that community. So if there's anything that is that raises like if there's something that is wrong or something that is missing in the transaction that we don't understand, then the community can call the local municipality to account. So that's basically what our application Municipality Budget Checker does overall. So the features that we have developed is the login. When you log in, so you're gonna, the authentication. So it's when the local, like I'll say three participants, the local municipality, the national government, and the service provider will authenticate themselves, log in and register. And then after they've logged in, they will, the feature that, so it's authentication, the first feature. And then the second feature is that local municipality can request funds to the national government and also accept requests that comes from service providers. And then the other feature that comes from Treasury, they can see all the requests and also reject and accept request. Then the last thing I would say is that the community can see all the transaction, and then they can filter based on the user type, let's say service provider, national government, and local municipality, so they can filter based on that. So yes, I don't know if there's something that is missing, guys. You can add if there's anything.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that you're missing, but I would also like to elaborate where like the idea is coming from. Yes, Musas did explain that the main idea of the app is to like to ensure that the transactions that our government performs, everyone can see, so that they can be held accountable. So this came like from like the misuse of like government funds we've seen like in our country most of the time. For instance, there were funds that were meant to be like used to mitigate hence like the corona stroke. We have like issues with like some of our some of our members of the society were not able to like go to their jobs. They lost jobs, so there were funds that were supposed to help those people in order to be able to continue live as they were able to do before. So like those funds were like misused. We don't know like what happened to those funds. So it was like trying to develop something that can help like our community where we're coming from, and try to mitigate such issues. Yeah, that's where like I would like to add on. Otherwise, as for like our features, he did explain everything. I'm not sure if like other guys would like to add in anything.
Not thus far. I think it's very clear. Now the app was developed to actually just it was from our side. We developed it on a small scale. We were basically focusing on local municipalities, meaning that it would start from the ground level, because if you go to a national level, it's going to be kind of difficult to trace who did what, where, and when, because there are so many local municipalities. Like, it's broken down into smaller groups for provinces, for towns. I mean, for local, it's made into local municipalities for smaller towns. Then there's a provincial, then there's a national. So we just try to just have sort of a system that would just allow the community to see what's going on. What are they doing? Those in power, what are they doing? How are they spending this money? Will they be able to account and say, I did this with this money? Because I don't want to answer future questions with this answer. But like at the moment, what we generally get as a community, or in our communities, are financial reports where you don't even have like the paperwork to see that this actually happened. This amount was spent on these schools. They'll say they spent it on schools, and when you go to the place, you find that nothing happened there. So yeah, so it's a very personal matter to most of us here. I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome. Great answers. And it sounds like you already answered my last question, being what are the real world implications for what you're building? But it's so cool that you're thinking about the big picture of not just what blockchain can do for you, but for your whole community. I think that's wonderful. So I was really excited to meet with you guys, because I really like this project personally. Now, my last question to you all would be, why should anyone and everyone vote for you for the Community Choice Award?
I'd like to start on this one. I'd like for everyone to vote for us because as I've said before previously, this is a personal issue to most of us. And our project, I believe, would bring about real change, meaning that people would be responsible for everything they do because they will be in the public's eye. That's what we want to mitigate with this blockchain, with this decentralized application. We want for people of the community to see what's going on behind closed doors. We want everything to be out there for everyone because we live in an information-driven age, and it's not fair that we'd be dismissed by people, as my my colleague Future Kamba was saying. We lost so many jobs. People lost so many jobs during the pandemic, and funds were misused, and there's no actual trail to where the money was spent, how it was spent, and how it was allocated to who. So you don't know who to blame for it. So it just ends up being a matter of, it's a conspiracy, it's rumors, it'll just disappear like that. It'll never be a case of something that's concrete. So we believe that an application such as this needs to be built on, and it needs to be worked on so that people will be just informed and people would know who they're dealing with when they put people in power. Because at the end of the day, we live in a democracy. We can't run away from that. And those in power have been put in power by us, and they owe us at least, they owe us transparency, at least, I believe. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I don't know if the other group members wanted to say much.
Sure.
Nice one, Pikachu. Nice one. I'm happy with your explanation, man.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Wonderful. So that's great. That wraps up Meet the Team. So now we're going to do the second part. I'm just going to pause this.